untold. Oh my God, grab his hands.
No! He's gone. Control, there's an emergency. We need help right now. We need help. Please get the emergency team here.
On Christmas Eve, December 24th, the world of marine parks was shaken by a devastating tragedy. At Loro Parque, a renowned zoo and marine park in Tenerife, Spain, a young trainer lost his life during what should have been a routine show rehearsal. His name was Alexis Martínez, just 29 years old. The killer? A 14-year-old male orca named Keto, born in captivity and raised under human care. What happened that day was not only heartbreaking, but also deeply controversial. A story entangled in secrecy, corporate power, animal psychology, and the unseen dangers of captivity. Stay with me as we unravel what really happened that day, the chilling details hidden from the public, and the shocking twists that redefine the debate over keeping killer whales in captivity. Before we dive in, if you love real-life stories, deep investigations, and eye-opening documentaries, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. That way, you won't miss the stories they don't want you to hear. To understand this tragedy, we first need to go back. Loro Parque is one of Spain's most famous attractions, a sprawling zoo on Tenerife in the Canary Islands. Known for its parrot collections, lush gardens, and dolphin shows, the park became even more famous when it partnered with SeaWorld in the mid-2000s. SeaWorld loaned Loro Parque 4 young orcas, Keto, Tico, Koana, and Skyla, as part of an international breeding and performance program. Keto, born in 1995 at SeaWorld San Antonio, was only 3 years old when he was separated from his mother. He spent much of his young life shuffled between parks, eventually arriving in Spain. Trainers described him as powerful, unpredictable, and in hindsight, emotionally unstable. At the time, Loro Parque was new to orca care. Its trainers had little to no prior experience handling these massive, intelligent predators. They relied heavily on SeaWorld's guidance. The orcas were trained to perform tricks, interact with crowds, and follow human cues. But behind the scenes, many trainers quietly admitted the orcas often showed signs of stress, confusion, and aggression. Among those trainers was Alexis Martínez, a dedicated young man who adored animals and dreamed of working with them since childhood. Colleagues described him as gentle, patient, and deeply passionate about his job. But passion alone could not protect him from the hidden risks of working with captive orcas. It was December 24th. While most of Tenerife prepared for holiday celebrations, Alexis and his team were rehearsing for a special Christmas show at Loro Parque's Orca Stadium. The park was quiet that morning, no cheering crowds, just trainers, staff, and the massive black and white silhouettes gliding silently beneath the water. Alexis entered the pool with Keto, rehearsing a routine that involved water work, a dangerous practice where trainers swam directly alongside or beneath the whales. Officially, SeaWorld had advised against water work due to safety concerns. Yet at Loro Parque, such warnings were often overlooked. At first, the rehearsals seemed ordinary. Keto responded to signals, performed behaviors, and interacted with Alexis. But then something changed. Witnesses say Keto became unresponsive to cues. Trainers outside the pool noticed Alexis struggling, motioning as if something was wrong. Keto suddenly rammed Alexis with tremendous force. The orca's 6,600 pounds body crushed him, causing catastrophic chest and abdominal injuries. Alexis tried to surface, but Keto dragged him under, holding him beneath the water. Trainers blew whistles, slapped the water, and even signaled emergency recalls, but Keto didn't respond. The attack lasted only minutes, but it felt like an eternity. By the time Alexis was pulled from the water, it was too late. He had suffered massive internal trauma and drowned. His colleagues attempted resuscitation, but there was no bringing him back. At just 29 years old, Alexis's life was gone, and the festive Christmas Eve air had turned into one of horror and grief. Immediately after the tragedy, Loro Parque and SeaWorld rushed to control the narrative. Publicly, they described the incident as a tragic accident. They claimed Keto had shown no prior aggression and insisted the orcas were safe for trainers. Internal reports revealed that Keto had a history of troubling behavior, ignoring commands, showing signs of stress, and even displaying aggression toward other whales and trainers. Just weeks earlier, some staff had raised concerns that the whales were unpredictable and dangerous. Those warnings went unheeded. This wasn't the first time orcas had injured or killed trainers in captivity. In fact, Keto's cousin, Tilikum, another SeaWorld orca, killed trainer Don Brancheau just 2 months later, in February 2010. Together, these two deaths exposed the dark reality of orca captivity. These animals are not tame pets. They are apex predators, forced into artificial environments that warp their behavior and push them to breaking points. Animal welfare experts argue Keto's aggression was not random. It was the result of years of confinement, isolation, and psychological stress. In the wild, orcas live in complex family pods, swimming hundreds of miles. In captivity, they are kept in tanks, performing for food, and often separated from their families. For an animal as intelligent as an orca, the mental toll can be catastrophic. Today, Keto is still alive at Loro Parque, but the memory of December 24th, 2009 lingers as a haunting reminder of the risks trainers take and the price some pay. Alexis's family was left shattered. His colleagues were traumatized, and the public was left questioning, should humans ever share the water with killer whales? SeaWorld eventually faced global backlash after the release of the documentary Blackfish in 2013, which highlighted cases like Keto's and Tilikum's. Policies changed, water work was banned, and breeding programs were phased out. But for Alexis, those changes came too late. The tragedy at Loro Parque wasn't just about one trainer and one whale. It was about a system that valued entertainment over safety, spectacle over truth. Keto didn't just kill a man. He exposed the cracks in an industry built on control over nature, over animals, and sometimes over the truth. So, the next time you see an orca leap in a pool, remember the hidden story of Alexis Martínez. Remember Keto, and ask yourself, was the show worth the cost? If this story opened your eyes, don't forget to subscribe for more real-life documentaries. Share this video to keep Alexis's story alive, and let's keep questioning the stories we're told.